Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There is a situation brewing in London as we speak. So the time at doing this is what? It's like Sunday night at I don't even know what time it is. Somebody put in the comments what time it is. Before 9 o'clock. Basically, outside the Bell Hotel in London right now, guys, there is masses, crowds gathered, lots of people there, and they are protesting outside the Bell Hotel in London, guys, okay? I am going to play you guys a short video now to get you guys caught up to date. Now, this is from a guy called Adam Brooks, and he posted this on X like an hour or something ago.
Hotel in Epping, where there is two protests going on today. Unbelievably, anti-racism mob have turned up and are antagonising Warwick residents, Warwick grandfathers, mothers, fathers, children, all sorts here from the local community, basically saying protect our kids. That is the chant that is going on behind me over and over again. And that is because only last week a migrant was charged on 3 cases of sexual assault against a school child in the high road, just about half a mile that way. You know, I lose track of how many messages and how many people have come up to me in the last week, worried for their children locally. Who decided to put a migrant hotel so near a school? Whose decision was that? Was there a risk assessment? No one knows. You know, if there's any journalists out there that can find it out, please do. It's the Bell in Epping. But we have chants of far-right scum, of Nazi scum, ringing out from a few dozen of these anti-racism protesters. Yet there are hundreds of Warwick residents here, hundreds. And I just hope, you know, there is no violence, there is no trouble here, because the message is clear: protect our kids.
So there it is, guys. We've got this situation right now unfolding in London. Now, this is by the Bell Hotel in Epping. There's a lot of stuff on social media at the moment about it, guys. There's lots of people posting videos, lots of people posting footage. I'm trying to find if anyone's live streaming from that location. But look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk through with you guys now how difficult that is to actually police. So when a flash mob turn up at a hotel, you've got to consider this now. For example, let's rewind a little bit. Last year in the summer riots, there were identified places of protest. There were identified times and dates. So the police knew where to put their resources. The police knew where to have the assets in place. They knew, for example, okay, we have got protests going on in X, Y, and Z. Okay, right, we will deploy so many assets to each location, and then we will pre-deploy a QRF, quick reaction force, in a centralized location. The problem for the police force now, guys, in these protests, look, guys, this is happening in real time. Look, guys, I'm not making this up. I didn't have anything to do with this. People are mobilizing now in small groups of a couple of hundred, you know, and they're going to protest now in these hotels. Now, the problem for the police, ladies and gentlemen, when this happens, is they don't know how to deploy their resources. So you can imagine it now. You've got a duty sergeant on the desk, the phone rings, yeah, Mick, there's 200 people outside the hotel, they're throwing bottles and bricks. Right, okay, how do I deal with that? Okay, as a duty sergeant, well, you've got to deploy assets. You've got to get people in riot kit. You've got to get people in the buses. You've got to get people on the ground. You've got to get people in the right direction. And this is why it's so difficult to police, guys. So I would speculate, and my speculation, guys, I would speculate if you get 2 or 3 of these in the same town, the police are just going to leave them alone. The police will just let it go over and there's nothing they can do. Because the more people start to take this action, the more the police will lose control. And this kind of reminds me of fighting an insurgency, guys, okay? Which I do have a little bit of experience in. So when you're trying to fight an insurgency, you're trying to... If you guys know anything about game theory, right, hear me out on this, guys. Just please stick with this, all right? There's 2 types of games, okay? There are like platform games where you stick to a certain set of rules, a certain set of guidelines. There is clear objectives and a clear win. That's one type of game. Another type of game is like Minecraft, for example, where you play it if you want to play it, you build something, you stop, you go and you play it for the sake of playing. What we have here, guys, okay, so the police would be using this type of game theory and the protesters would be using this type of game theory. There's no way the police can win this, guys. There is no way. So the police are on a losing battle for this, guys. It is bonkers what's going on. Right, guys, listen, if you guys are just joining for the first time, crazy scenes as we speak in London, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy scenes as we see in London. I've got another video up here, guys. I don't know what he's going to say. I hope I don't get the live ban, but you know what? We're playing it anyway. So the scenes are here, guys. This is people. This was from. Right, so this is people outside. This is people outside the hotel chanting, "Protect our kids."
This is Adam Brooks. I'm at the Migrant Hotel in Epping, the Bell, and there is a protest because a migrant is alleged and was charged with sexual assaults against a young girl in Epping High Road last week. Now, worried mothers, worried children, there's grandmothers, there's fathers, uncles, granddads, and
guys, look. People are angry. I'm looking at the crowds of people now. People are angry. People are furious. People are angry. You know, the associated... Do you know what? I'm not even going to speculate.
Anti-racism lot that have turned up.
So now you see, guys, there's another group of protesters turned up. So you've got one group of protesters and they're shouting, "Protect our kids." And you've got another group of protesters who are anti-racist protesters. So by the looks of this, guys, it turns out if you want to protect your kids, you're racist. I don't know, guys. Listen, guys, I don't know the logic, but that's what they're saying. If you want to protect your kids now, it turns out you're a racist.
And heated here. I just cannot believe that an anti-racism mob would turn up against something like this.
Right, guys, I'm going to try and find an update on this, guys. Right, let me try and find it. Right, let me see what's been happening, guys. I'm literally, as we speak, trolling through this. I've got an update from 30 seconds ago. Right, I can't repeat that, guys. Wow. Right, I can't repeat that. I can't repeat that, ladies and gentlemen, but I will repeat that when I go over to YouTube in a bit. Right, from 1 minute ago, I've got a video from 1 minute ago, guys. I'm just going to play it.
There are women and children, literally hundreds of people here at the Bell Hotel in Epping. Hundreds. I've seen people in wheelchairs, nans, granddads. Obviously, there's a lot of men. Look, at the end of the day, when schoolgirls are getting harassed and potentially attacked on the streets of any town, the men will come out and the men will try to defend their children. But so far, I have not seen any trouble. There was tension because of the so-called anti-racism lot, but so far, so good. The police, I've got to commend Essex Police. Essex Police have had this under control. The officers have come and spoke to me. I'm nothing to do with this protest, but they've worked with everyone. They've been polite to everyone, and they've got rid. There are women and children.
Sorry, guys, I'm just going through social media here to try and find out, get some up-to-date analysis of what's going on in this situation, guys. So, listen, guys, okay, as I said at the beginning of this live stream, this is an emergency live stream. There's a situation developing in London, North London, outside the Bell Hotel. There's a protest outside the Bell Hotel because there was an alleged incident, and you guys know what the alleged incident is, involving a migrant, involving alleged, he's been charged, he's not been prosecuted, an alleged incident involving a migrant outside a hotel, near a hotel, involving a schoolgirl. You guys think what that is. And it's not fraud either. Right, I've got another video here, guys. I'm just going to play it. I'm going through this, guys. People are posting quite a few.
those incompetent people that have allowed uncontrolled mass immigration.
Guys, look, I don't know if you can hear this in the background. I'm watching this video here. There's a guy and he's talking. But as people are driving past, they're beeping their horns in support. People are starting to mobilize. People are starting to take things into their own hands. I told you this was coming, guys. I told you this was coming. Now, what I fear, I'm going to look at Epic on the map in a minute, guys. What I'm really worried about is as the night descends, as people start to come out of the pub, people are being a bit leery. Look, guys, listen, I do believe this is coming. Remember, you have seen nothing yet, guys. You've seen nothing yet. This is the start of it. More videos go online. More people get empowered. More people get empowered by that. People know where these hotels are, rightly or wrongly. They know where the hotels are. And remember, it's like fighting an insurgency, guys. The police are going to be very limited in what they can do. The police will be very limited if they can do anything, guys. Sorry, let me continue this video.
Into this country, this is what happens. Epping is a beautiful place, a peaceful place, but you're ruining it. Like you're ruining the whole country. Sort it out. There's no such thing as integration when you ram it down people's throats, and there is no such thing as peace and community cohesion with uncontrolled mass immigration to this country. The people living here are unvetted, we don't know who they are, and it's dangerous for our community. Hear the people of Epping. Shut this hotel. It is not the right place. No place in this country should have a hotel like this, but Epping certainly shouldn't.
So there we are, guys. More videos are emerging from the scenes in Epping. Now, look, guys, I've been saying this is coming for quite a while. I've been saying that this is going to come this summer. I've been talking about the summer of carnage. And this is what we're seeing unfold right now. All right, guys, let me ask you guys this, right? Last year, all this stuff I'm talking about now, guys, it's all on public record. Everything I'm talking about now is on public record, and I've said this in other videos. So last year, when I was talking about the Summer of Carnage, one of the things I said after the event was how close the police were to becoming overrun. How close the police were to being... guys, listen, guys, I will jump onto the comments in a minute on TikTok, and I will jump onto the comments on YouTube as well, guys, okay? I'm just trying to get as much information out there as I can. So last year when I was talking about this, I didn't say it at the time because I genuinely didn't want the police to be overrun. But what I said was the police last year were so this close, guys. I actually said 10% more capacity and the police would have been overrun 100%. Now, if you can imagine if you will, right? A day of protest has been organized for, I don't know, whatever. July 25th of July, I don't know. A day of protest gets organized for the 25th of July. The locations, the police know where they are. The time, the police know where they are. And the capacity, the police know where they are. So the police can then have assets in place. They can put assets here, assets there, assets there. They can then put a QRF, quick reaction force, in a centralized location. They can call people in, give them overtime, give them extra work to go out and do this. If it's planned, easy. If these things are not planned, i.e. a group of 50 kids get together and go and decide to throw some stones or bricks at a certain building, how do the police react? It's very difficult. And then if you add into and guys, listen, I believe we're going to see this. And then if you add into the mix, burning out cars in the roads to stop access to emergency services. Guys, look, we are heading towards a United Kingdom that looks pretty much the same as Northern Ireland did in 1960. That is the direction we're going, but it will be absolutely supercharged, because once that happens, then you're going to get those people in those hotels. Those guys are going to be coming out and fight. Guys, it's just bonkers what's heading at the moment. So, guys, listen, just as a quick update, there is a situation brewing at the Bell Hotel in Epping. Epping, North London, mass protests, 3 offences. 3 alleged offences using, guys, look, I've got to be very careful with my language for TikTok. 3 alleged offences involving occupants of the hotel, involving young girls. Right, guys, listen, let me jump down and get some of these comments. Right, where are we? Sorry, guys. Mama, hello, Mama. Mama is saying, my sister works as a housing officer. Oh. My sister works as a housing officer for hotels. So much happens we don't even hear about. Look, guys, I dread to think what's happening in these hotels, guys. I really do. I dread to think what's happening in these hotels. But it does look like now people have had enough. And look, guys, if you're a police officer, or you know a police officer, guys, you've got kids too. You have. I know you have. If you're a police officer, you've got kids too. And at some point, you need to look at your job, and you need to look at your kids, and you need to think which one's more important. I don't know. It's a subjective, it's an objective question. Then if you're a police officer, guys, the next time you go home, look at your pay statement, then look at your kids when they're asleep in bed, and just ask yourself, which one is more important? I know for me which one's more important. Anyway, guys, let me jump up. John is saying facts. James is saying all the millionaires leaving the UK. Yeah, guys, look, yes, absolutely right. All the millionaires, anybody with any money, guys, are leaving the United Kingdom. The country is becoming an actual hellscape right now. It's unbelievable. But we are seeing communities starting to unite, guys. We are seeing securities. We are seeing communities starting to unite, starting to provide security for themselves. Mark Hardman is saying, you are right, Sean, it's going to blow soon. You can see it coming like a train on a railway. So Mark Hardman is saying, it's coming soon, Sean. Mark, do I know you? I was in the army with a guy called Mark Hardman. Do I know you, Mark? I don't know if you're the same Mark Hardman or not. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. But Mark Hardman is saying, you are right, Sean. You can see it coming. You can see it coming like a train on a railway. Guys, look, I would say you can see it. You can't just see it coming. You can hear it, and it's getting closer. Yeah, guys, listen, it is unbelievable what's happening now. Absolutely bonkers. Right, Esoteric is saying, did you see the interview with DJ? Oh, Donald Trump. No, I didn't see the interview. Lewis Ackers is saying divide and conquer in its literal meaning. Exactly. Miss Peachy just jumped on and said hi, and I'm saying hi right back to Miss Peachy. Right, guys, I'm going to do 2 things. The first one, I'm going to go and open that door because it is hotter. It's hotter than the Bell Hotel in here right now, guys. It's hotter than the Bell Hotel in Epping. I'm just going to open this door, guys. I'm going to come back and get onto the YouTube comments. Guys, listen, sorry, I had to jump on this on the fly. There's a situation developing in London right now outside the Bell Hotel. I'm trying to keep on top of that, guys. I'm trying to see what's happening. Danny boy, no, I didn't see your message. Hang on. Guys, listen, I've got the chat open, so I do apologize if I'm missing anybody's comments. I really do. Let me open the door, guys. I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you more live updates that are happening from the Bell Hotel. What I'm going to do is then I'm going to tell you guys how difficult this is from the, hang on. Right, there's some liberal lefties on here. Right, 4 minutes ago, residents in Epping right, guys, sorry, let me just go and open this door, guys. It's hotter than a hot man's hotness in here. Let me open this door. I'll come back. I'll get the comments, and then there are some updates on social media. I'm going to try and find what's come out on on mainstream media, guys. Okay, but if you're just joining us, there's a situation right now in London outside the Bell Hotel, guys. Look, I'm trying to find this as much in real time like you guys. There's updates from in the last minute. Let me just open the door. I'll come right back and I'll get your comments, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the things up here and down here if you're watching on YouTube. Oh, door open, door open. The door is open, but it's locked now if you're true. Epping residents turn out in their hundreds. Great to see you earlier. Update. Hang on, guys. So this is an update. I've got a name here. I don't know if I can repeat this name, guys, because it's social media. I've got to be very careful what I say. Let me just look on. Let me look on the mainstream, guys. Okay. Because I can repeat what's on the mainstream. Guys. I don't think there's anything. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing on the mainstream, guys. This is happening all of a sudden, guys. Absolutely nothing. Nothing on the mainstream, guys. If you go on to... guys, listen, there's nothing on the mainstream about what's happening in the Bell Hotel, but if you look on X, if you look on social media, you know, you will see videos and you will see, you'll see people talking about this. This is what I mean. Right now, guys, this is what I mean. This is why it's going to happen. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Last year, the protests were centrally organized. People knew where these protests were going to be. They knew what was going to happen. They knew the numbers. They knew the roads in, the roads out. They knew where to put assets. Let me ask you guys this. Let me just look, guys, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong. It's a question, okay? Let me ask you guys this, all right? Put yourself in this scenario. You're there. You're the duty sergeant, all right? The phone rings. It's a hotel. 50 kids. We've got 50 kids throwing rocks and like beer bottles at the hotel and chanting. They're setting fire to stuff. What do you do then as a duty sergeant? Right, okay. He will go then through his checklist. Right, public order. I need this many people in riot shields with batons and the protective equipment and the PPE. It could be an hour before they get there, guys. And as soon as those kids hear those flashing lights, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. So what does that police officer do then? That police officer has a decision then. He can either leave those officers there in case those kids come back, or he can take them somewhere else. If he leads them there, what are those kids going to do? They're going to go to another hotel because they've got a feel for it. Then they've got a thirst for it. They're going to go to another hotel and then another hotel, and very soon, guys, there will not be enough police, and there isn't enough police anyway. And this is the dangerous thing now, guys. This is the dangerous thing that we're in right now, guys. Right, I'm going to jump over to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So give me a second. But there is no updates on the mainstream, guys. No updates on the mainstream. Right, let me jump up. Right, hello everyone on YouTube, guys. I feel like I've neglected you for a little bit. Right, let me jump up and get these comments. What's occurring? Jenna Lana saying what's occurring. Clive saying good evening. Let's go. Sent you a Twitter. What's happening in Alicante, Spain? Right, okay, I've not got that open yet. I'll try and have a look at that in a little bit. Maritime Slave is saying organised opposition arrives just in time to change the narrative. Yeah, guys, look, okay. So from what we've just seen on open source social media, we have just seen anti-racism protesters turn up at the Bell Hotel, guys. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining for the first time, there is a situation ongoing in London. I do believe we're starting to see the first skirmishes of the Summer of Carnage. I was a couple of days late. I was in the wrong place, but guys, listen, I can't get everything every time. Look, we are seeing people of Epping turn up on force at the Bell Hotel in Epping. Now, this is in response to 3 alleged offences, guys, because they've not been prosecuted, sentenced or prosecuted, alleged offences involving occupants of the hotel and young girls. Now, you guys can pretty much guess what that's going to be, but this is what's happening now, guys. Then, as that happened, you had anti-racism protesters turn up. So on one side, you've got these people saying, protect our kids, protect our kids, protect our kids. And at the other side, you've got people chanting like, racism, scum off our streets. And I'm thinking, right, hang on a minute. Do you not hear yourselves, guys? How? Look, guys, I don't know. I genuinely don't know the answer to this. Can somebody please put in the comments, all right, how it's racist to want to protect your kids? Can somebody please just let me know how, like, I'd love to speak to one of these people. How is it racist, guys, to want to protect your kids? Like, how? I don't know. It's a genuine question, guys. Genuine question. Right, let me come back. So that's the crux of this live stream, guys. Okay, the situation developing in London outside the Bell Hotel, where we have got hundreds of people protesting. I don't know what you can call it. I guess you're gonna have to call it a protest. Protesting the alleged offences from people who are allegedly, guys, I have to say that, staying in the hotel. Right, I'm just jumping on YouTube, guys. Henfish is saying, chats that people are all ready to rush Oasis to be able to get in on the 19th. Haha, already ladders to clear the fence and sneaking in. Right, okay, so we're talking about the... well, let me jump down. Right, and Lee Heatherson saying something's going on in Spain. Yeah, guys, there is a situation in Spain as well. I'm not 100% dialed into what's happening in Spain. There is something similar happening in Spain. Guys, look, hang on. Right, Clyde Piper, you're gone. I'm not even playing with Clyde Piper. He's gone. Right, Clyde Paid is gone. He's just gone, guys. Don't worry about Clyde Paid. And if you're watching on YouTube and you want to know what that is, it was just somebody trying to swizzle and do things. Like, he's just gone. Rachel Samantha is saying, need to protest at Downing Street. Keir Starmer is burning the country alive. Guys, look, you know, we all think that they're destroying the country. We do. We all think that the Labour Party are destroying the country, which I would agree is true, and that's my opinion. Unless you consider that this is the plan all along, guys. Unless you consider that this is the plan all along. But look, guys, listen. The situation in the Bell Hotel in London. I'm just going to go back onto social media, and guys, listen. Hang on. So, guys, listen, if there's any... Oh, hang on. All right, guys, listen, so it does look like fighting has broken out in the Bell Hotel. This is, guys, look, this is an update from 1 minute ago. I'm just going to play this video. This is a video on X, guys, from 1 minute ago that somebody posted. It does look like fighting has broken out, guys. I can't confirm anything at the moment. I'm just going to play it and see what happens. Wow, okay. I can't repeat what I've just seen, but there's a video posted 1 minute ago, guys. People are definitely fighting now outside. Look, guys, I don't know when this video was recorded. I have to say that. You've got a guy, he looks quite hench. He's got an Adidas blue t-shirt. He's got a bald head, and he looks like he's been cut on his forehead from fighting with someone. You've been cut. I think what we saw then, guys, and again, look, guys, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I have to be clear. I'm trying to get this information to you in more or less real time. What I think I saw then was I don't know, guys. I just saw that it was just a commotion. It was just a commotion. A guy stood up and he had a little cut on his face. And people are shouting, "You dirty nonsense." Hang on. So Grumbling Grunts. Okay, guys, so Grumbling Grunts has seen this video, I'm assuming anyway, and he's saying the chap in the video was one of the anti-racist protests who were briefly there, had a tattoo on his arm. Right, okay, so is this an old video, guys? Is this an old video? I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to give you guys a real-time up to date. Right, Homeland Hero. Where's Homeland Hero? I'm trying to find these people, guys. Hang on. Oh, right, guys, there's a video. Okay, this is wild. This is going bonkers. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe right, I need to, give me a second, guys. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. There's a video that's just been posted, and I can confirm this is the Bell Hotel, guys. This is the Bell Hotel. There's people outside chanting, and there's okay, right, I need to be clear. There's people outside the hotel chanting, and there's people on the hotel now with their shirts off, and it looks like they're beckoning. Guys, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know who these people are. Wow. Guys, this is unbelievable. Right, guys, listen, I'm like I said before, guys, okay, I'm trying to give you guys as much as a real-time update as I can. It does seem like it seems to me like there's almost a media blackout on this, guys. It really does. It seems like there's almost a media blackout on this. You can find this stuff on X. I'm seeing another image of this fight now, guys. Yeah, so there's definitely fights broken out. Definitely fights broken out between multiple people at the Bell Hotel in Epping. Absolutely unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable footage we're seeing. But the reality is anybody shocked? Is anybody shocked? Does anybody think that this wasn't coming? And this is what we're seeing now, guys. Okay, we're seeing small groups of people protesting their local, their local migrant hotel, I guess. Come protest your local migrant hotel. But this is what we are seeing. Look, guys, as we head into the summer, and look, guys, real quick, if you're a police officer or you know a police officer, can you just ask them this? Which one do you love more? Your children or your salary? That's all I'm going to ask, all right? If you can, guys, if anybody on here knows police officers or knows people who knows police officers, guys, okay, just go and ask them. Say, mate, do you have kids? What do you love more, your kids or your pay slip? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Each answer will be subjective, I guess. But look, as we head into the summer months, as we head into the summer holidays, kids off school. That means that these things are not just likely on the weekend. These things are going to be likely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day of the week, these things could happen. Mums and dads off work. That means that they're going to be getting together. They're going to be talking. They're going to be going for beers. They're going to be in, at people's barbecues and talking. And do you know what's going to happen, guys? This is what I think is going to happen. Something will be happening. There'll be an incident. There's always an incident. near a hotel involving kids. And it will either be kids have gone to protest on their own or they're getting up to no good. And one of those kids are going to get hurt. One of those, Daniel Payne, if you type in, right, guys, listen, if you're looking for this stuff, guys, okay, for some reason, X is the only place I can find it, guys, okay? If you just do a search for Bell Hotel Epping, you'll get all this stuff that's been happening. I do think we're starting to see an end to this now, guys. I really do think we're starting to see an end to this, but let me just refresh this, guys, real quick. But it does seem like X is the only place that is reporting on this, guys. Yeah, it does seem like there's not many. It does seem like the videos that I'm seeing now, guys, are recycled videos. But guys, look, there is it. I believe there's an ongoing incident at the Bell Hotel in Epping, guys, okay? Hundreds of people have turned up to protest. Remember, it's the summer of carnage. People are angry. People don't want this, allegedly. I mean, this would show exactly what it would be. But what we're going to see when we get into the summer... So, Aminda Kapva is saying it's too late. England is conquered. The English took too long to wake up. Do you know what? I don't know. Listen. Amindo Cap. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Like a couple of months ago, I would have agreed with you. I would have. A couple of months ago, I would have agreed with you. Listen, and I'm not going to lie, I was all for pitching out my tent in Antarctica, where Western civilization and Western values could flourish under the beauty of Christianity. I was all for that. But honestly, guys, what I'm seeing now, especially my own, I'm seeing with my own eyes, people starting to stand up. But as we move into the summer, guys, as we move into the summer months, mark my words. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, all my videos now we're double streaming now. This is on, we're on you guys, which is TikTok. We're also on you guys, which is YouTube. So all these videos are public record, guys, okay? Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my word, okay? As we go into the summer months, when there's more kids off school, more parents off work, these things are going to escalate. They're going to happen more and more and more and more until we get to a point where we've reached that critical mass and everybody's just like, why not? Because what you're going to do is, remember guys, okay, you're going to start off with a small group, but like a purging fire, it will spread. And never to... I think purging fire is probably the wrong word to use, but we'll just go with the fire, guys. We'll go with the fire. Like a fire, this will spread. First of all, you'll see this happen at one hotel. Videos will be all over social media. You'll see people running and the police scared, and you'll see that, and people will be cheering, and it will be great, and people will want some of that in their own communities. So then a group of kids, they'll be like, right, lads, this weekend, should we go up after the park? Should we go? Yeah, let's do it. And then they'll be there, and then it will just grow and grow, and the more people do it, the more people will do it, because this is how the mob mentality works. This is how crowds work. This is how it works, guys. Right? This is how it works. Google is saying, have you seen? Hang on, let me pin Google is. Google is. Google is saying, have you seen the anti-protest videos? All those people supporting this migrant should get the DP. I don't know what the DP means, Google it. But look, guys, I do know what the DP means, actually. Sorry. Yeah, I do know what the DP means, right? Look, guys, so this is the thing, right? You had these people, you had a protest outside this hotel in Epping, people chanting, protect our kids. And then you had anti-racist protests turning up. So, like, for me, guys, I'm like, right, okay, can somebody please tell me? And, guys, it's an honest question. If there's anybody there, like, if there's anybody listening who was at this anti-racism protest, can you please let me know what is racist about wanting to protect your kids? I don't know, guys. Can somebody please enlighten me, like, where the racism thing is there? And if that is racist, would you be woke by not protecting your kids? Like, is that what those people are cheering for? Non-protection of kids? Yeah, have our kids. We're so liberal. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that type of liberality, guys. Yeah, it does, guys. I keep refreshing this screen, but I do think we could have potentially seen, hang on. I do think we may have seen the back end of this now, guys. I do think we may have seen the back end of this. But look, guys, it is just the case now. These things are happening more and more. It's very strange how this is. Only. It's very strange how you can't find anything on the mainstream media about this. And if it wasn't for platforms like, I guess, X, and I'm trying to relay this to as many people as possible, guys. Okay, so let me just give you this again, guys. Okay, at the Bell Hotel in Epping, schoolgirls were allegedly. Something happened between schoolgirls. Look, guys, I've got to be very careful because of the language. I've been banned so many. Like, how many times have I been banned this week? So, guys, I've got to be very careful with my language, okay? There's 3 incidents, actually. There's 3 alleged incidents involving gentlemen, shall we say, who are staying at the Bell Hotel in Epping, involving schoolgirls. 3 separate incidents now. The people of Epping are saying, well, hang on a minute, we're good, actually. We don't want you guys in here anymore. So there's been mass protests outside, guys. Look, ladies and gentlemen, all right? This is going to escalate. This is just the beginning. Honestly, guys, wait until the kids are off school. Wait until there's that critical mass, guys, okay? Wait until there's this critical mass. Right, guys, I've got a little video I'm going to play for you guys now, and I want you to listen. I want you to listen to this video and listen to the support that this guy gets. Can you guys hear in the background people beeping their horn and showing their support, guys, okay? People are beeping their horns and showing their supports.
Competent people that have allowed uncontrolled mass immigration to this country. This is what happened. Epping is a beautiful place, a peaceful place, but you're ruining it. Like, you're ruining the whole country. Sort it out. There's no such thing as integration when you ram it down people's throats, and there is no such thing as peace and community cohesion with uncontrolled mass immigration to this country. The people living here are unvetted, we don't know who they are, and it's dangerous for our community. Hear the people of Epping, shut this hotel. It is not the right place. No place in this country should have a hotel like this, but Epping certainly shouldn't. Close this hotel.
So one of the things that struck me on that video, guys, is the amount of people driving past beeping their horns in support. Right, I'm just going to jump on YouTube, guys. There's quite a few comments. Matt's got some fighting talk on YouTube. Matt on YouTube is saying, England will not fall. We will stand up when the time is right. Guys, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Up until like a couple of months ago, I would have said we've reached that critical mass where there's no going back. But I really don't know now, guys. You know, from what I've witnessed in my personal life over the last couple of days, I'm not so sure that England has fallen. Lisa Jane is saying people are waking up now, Sean. Matt is saying, who told the anti-protesters to turn up? Seems too organised. Yeah, guys, look, like with these anti-protests and these counter-protests, when you're looking at these protests, guys, right, and you're trying to figure out what's what and who's doing what and where people are going, look at the crowd, all right? Look at the crowd. Are they, for example, like the people outside Epping, don't really have a unified message, don't really have unified placards, and they, the only chant that they've got is protect our kids. That is a grassroots movement. When these counter protests turn up and they've all got the same placards and they've all got the same logos and they've all got the same slogans, those placards, where do you think they came from? Where do you think they came from? They were printed en masse, paid for by someone. Now, guys, look, a greater topic, a greater depth discussion I could have with you guys about subversion. As a country, we have been heavily subverted. I say we are in the destabilization phase now, and I believe we're going to tip our tippy toes into the crisis phase this year, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe it's coming this year, the crisis phase. Keyston Baraktar. Hey Raven, there's loads of hotels there. I had suspicions when I was driving back to work, crossing the road for a bus. There's one near the M11 roundabout. Yeah, look guys, there are lots of hotels. Oh, hang on, here's an interesting comment. So Daz, look guys, and this is Daz's comment from YouTube. I've got this up on the screen. Daz is saying, so one of the alleged girls was a black girl. So what you've got now, right? So what you've got now is people of Epping gathering en masse to protect girls of all colours, which you're seeing here, and then like counter racism so what would be not racist? Like it's just insane, guys. It's absolutely bonkers. If you take a step back, if you're an alien, like if you was an alien now looking down on this, you'd just be thinking, what is going on? Have you got burning food yet, mate? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let me jump up. Right. Grumbling Goose is saying, if you scratch the paint off those signs, they'll say black. Do you know what? That needs to be do you know what? Grumbling Grunts. What a fantastic comment. Grumbling Grunts is saying, if you scratch the paint off those signs, you'll find it still says Black Lives Matter. Look, guys, you have got this split now in our communities. And what a fantastic comment from Grumbling Grunts. Right, guys, the chat is open, so I do apologize if I'm jumping. I do apologize if I'm missing anybody's comments or I'm missing anyone out or anything. Paul Africa Twin is saying, hang on. Paul Africa I managed to pin it. Paul Africa Twin is saying, some of your typical groups in the UK think they are in control. They are truly not. Look, guys, when this happens, and it will happen, look, guys, I'm going to be here trying to gather as much information, and get that to you guys as quickly as I can. When this happens, it will happen quick. The police won't be able to respond to all those incidents. It's just impossible. It's a numbers game, guys. It's a numbers game. Right. Remember a couple of months ago when I was doing the live stream in Sheffield? I don't know if you guys can remember, there was an incident in Sheffield City Centre. A gentleman alleged to have a firearm or something in a block of flats, and the whole city centre got closed down. I was live streaming, and one of the things I said on that live stream was, the amount of police that this has dragged in. There was 3 tactical units. There was 4 or 5 ambulances. There were sniffer dogs. There were cordon units. I was like, wow. I mean, if I was in charge and I was a duty sergeant, I'd have sent 1 tactical team down and I'd have said, right, kick the door off the hinges. I'm not going to tell you what I tell him to do, but that guy would never be a threat again, or he'd never cause any trouble again. It would have been over. Now, guys, listen, riddle me this, riddle me that, Batman. Can you imagine now, when the summer comes, if there's one of those incidents in a town, or another one of those incidents in a town, then protests at hotels all over the country, The police don't have the numbers, guys. They don't have the numbers, and that is the terrifying thing. And the people who are still angry, I mean, guys, look. When we think about the reasons that people are protesting, and we think about what happened to those little girls at Southport, guys, you know, for me, this is my opinion, nothing is more righteous than that, guys, okay? Nothing. Now, if the government think, if people think that people have forgotten how the government reacted, how the government put people in jail, how the government came down very heavy on a certain group of people and almost didn't touch another group of people, like, if people haven't forgot, what people have done is they've got wise to the tricks, and now they're not going to let that happen to themselves again. So you're going to see these small protests break out at hotels. And guys, look, these things are going to escalate. And as they escalate more and more and more, they happen more and more. And you will have this exponential curve. You'll have this exponential curve where starting slow, and then all of a sudden, as soon as a couple of videos go viral, as soon as something happens and it goes viral, everybody will be just like, boom. You know, we're all going out to our local hotels and we're going to throw bricks. And at that point, then you'll see the people coming out of the hotels wanting to mix it with the people. Somebody will get injured. The mums and dads will get furious, and all hell will break loose, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I think is coming to the United Kingdom. And look, we're starting to see it already in this incident that's happening in London, in Epping at the Bell Hotel. Right. I'm just going to jump down. Right, Google is saying he's moving to TikTok because everything's so moving to YouTube because everything's so censored. Alex R is saying, what have I missed? Alex R, hang on. Alex R, we have been talking today, guys. Alex R, we have been talking about I do want to say this incident has calmed down now, but we have been talking about the incident at the Epping Hotel today, guys. The Bell Hotel, not the Epping Hotel, the Bell Hotel in Epping. We've seen today, guys, we have seen incidents, massive protests outside the Bell Hotel where people are angry with what's been going on in that hotel, the alleged incidents, guys, okay? Oh, and Alex R is saying, I've seen that on YouTube. Yeah, guys, so there are some places that are talking about it, but there's absolutely nothing on YouTube, guys. You know, there's nothing on the mainstream media, Right, I'm just jumping up, guys. I'm just trying to go through these comments. Right, Paul Africa Twins says, if it doesn't go wrong, what worries me is the martial law that will be declared. Yeah, that's interesting. But even with the martial law, guys, you know, even with these mass incidents, even if something like martial law is called, it will be very difficult to police it, guys. It will be very difficult to police it. You know, I mean, I can remember when back in 2020, you know, people were like texting me saying, Sean, are we going to have the military patrolling the streets, making us stay in our houses? And I was like, no, they don't have the numbers. There's literally not enough. Unless they want to have, like, I don't know, one soldier for every, like, million people or something. I don't know. Oh, hang on, guys. So, a comment here from YouTube. How about these anti-racist protests send their kids to the hotel for a weekend? I'm sure they would love it. Right, guys, listen, in a moment, we're going to turn off. I'm going to give one last look on what's happening on this, guys. Try and see if we can find an update on the mainstream. In fact, guys, listen. So this was the scene from the Bell Hotel earlier today, guys, okay? This was the scene from the Bell Hotel earlier today, guys, okay?
I'm here at the Bell Hotel in Epping, where there is...
And guys, look, this is Adam Brooks, aka S6PR, and this he's the guy who's reporting, all right, guys? So, yeah, so that's who's reporting.
There's two protests going on today. Unbelievably, anti-racism mob have turned up and are antagonising worried residents, worried grandfathers, mothers, fathers, children, all sorts here from the local community, basically saying protect our kids. That is the chant that is going on behind me over and over again. And that is because only last week a migrant was charged on 3 cases of sexual assault against a school child in the high road, just about half a mile that way. You know, I lose track of how many messages and how many people come up to me in the last week worried for their children locally. Who decided to put a migrant hotel so near a school? Whose decision was that? Was there a risk assessment? No one knows. You know, if there's any journalists out there that can find it out, please do. It's the bell in Epping. But we have chants of far-right scum, of Nazi scum, ringing out from a few dozen of these.
Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine that, right? Can you imagine that? So you're worried about the safety of your daughter and you're being called a far-right scum? Like, it takes the meaning out of it, doesn't it? Like, it takes the meaning out of it. Like, if you're worried for your children, you're now far-right. It's just bonkers, guys. It's bonkers.
Anti-racism protesters, yet there are hundreds of worried residents here, hundreds. And I just hope, you know, there is no violence, there is no trouble here, because the message is clear: protect our kids.
So there we are, guys. The message is clear: protect our kids. But apparently, protect our kids is now a mantra of the far right. What's that, guys? Sorry, before I go, what's that government? There's that government agency, isn't there? You know, and they're saying things like, if you are doing this, you may be a member of the far right. That'll be the new one. If you want to protect your children, maybe they're far right. What? What? Say that again. Yeah. We've decided through our government-funded think tanks, if you want to protect your children, you may be far right. Oh. So if I don't want to protect my children, am I a centrist or am I a liberal? Well, if you don't want to protect your children, you're a centrist. And if you actively put your children in harm, then you're a liberal. Is that where we're going, guys? Is that what we mean now? Is that the world that we're living in, ladies and gentlemen? Is that the world that we are living in? I don't know. I hope it's not. Right, guys, listen, on Tiki. Hang on. Sorry, I did say I was going to get an update, didn't I? Right, let me give an up. Let me try and get the last update, guys. It does look. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. I've got a bit of an update. Hang on. There's a new video, guys. There's a new video out, guys. I will play this. Give me a second if it loads.
People are just scared for their children. From what I gather, I've spoken to a lot of people who don't want to be violent. They just want to protect our kids was what they're being charged. That's the best chant you can sing out there. At the end of the day, is there a message that's been done? Yeah. A load of common men amongst school children in a town like this. I don't think there was. At the end of the day, it's dangerous. Not just for this.
Right, guys, listen, I'm going to jump over now to YouTube. Remember, guys, okay, we're double streaming, so if you've not done so already, please click the buttons up there on TikTok. You guys know how many videos I get banned, so it really helps me when you do that. And guys, look, if you're watching for the first time or if you've not done that already, can you please jump over to YouTube and show your support there as well, guys, okay? So we are double streaming. I get banned all the time. And if you're watching on YouTube, can you hit the buttons down below? The like, the follow, the subscribe, the bell notification, all the things that help this channel grow. Right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I will be back on tomorrow morning I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 10. No doubt there'll be more information about this. Again, guys, look, I'm shocked, absolutely shocked that no mainstream media have covered this, guys. Absolutely shocked. Guys, listen, I just had to jump on and get you guys a little bit of an update to what's happening. This is the direction that I see the Summer of Carnage taking. Smaller, compact, mobile. They'd kind of be like raiding squads. So rather than a big assault force, now you would have these smaller, smaller raiding forces. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump over to YouTube. I'll be back. I'll be over there for a couple of minutes. Please show your support on all our platforms. And for you guys on TikTok, tick by. Right, guys, we have stopped streaming on TikTok. We have stopped streaming on TikTok now. I can tell the screen's gone off. Look, guys, we can see what's happening. We can see the direction of travel. We can see what is brewing, guys. We can see what's brewing in our communities, in our towns, in our regions. Only today, guys, listen, only today, I didn't want to say this on TikTok, only today, literally today, guys, okay, me and Sarah, we went for dinner somewhere we've not been before, and the girls, they were like, oh, there's a park, can we go to the park? I'm like, oh, God. So she's like, oh, we want to go to the park. So Sarah's like, oh, just take them to the park. So we walked to the park. Bear in mind, it was on a housing estate. I've never been there before. The girls are playing on the swings, all right? They said to me, one of them wanted a bottle of pop, the other one wanted an ice cream. I was like, okay, whatever. So I saw a shop, so I went to the shop, I got them an ice cream, and I went back. When I came back to the swings, there was some people around the swings, and a man came over to me, and he said, excuse me, mate, we're just asking who you are because, you know, we've seen you talking to those two girls. I was a little bit stepped back at first. I was like, yeah, no, I've known them quite a while. They're my girls. Obviously, everything was fine. But what I'm saying here is, you know, I got talking to this guy, and he said, look, you know, we've had people, all I'm going to say is a certain demographic, turn up in cars and harass girls on that area. First of all, I was a little bit taken back, and I just said to him, I said, mate, I said, honestly, I said, thank you so much. He said, what? I said, no, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, you are like, it gave me, I was shocked, basically, that the local communities are protecting their children themselves, you know, and policing themselves, because, you know, they know the government are not going to do it. They know the police are not going to come out. They know that nobody cares. And this is what I'm talking about now, guys. You're going to get the Summer of Carnage. You're going to get, this is how it'll happen. You'll get kids to, remember the golden generation, guys. I talk about the golden generation if you're 16 and under. I know what I was like when I was 16 before I joined the army, because I did join the army at 16. I know what I was like before I joined the army. And I would have definitely been causing mischief, guys. I would. There's no doubt about it. I would have definitely been causing mischief. And what we're seeing now is this thing develop, grow, and well, maybe even this thing started a fire. Because tell me this, riddle me that, Batman. People around the country will be looking at these videos on their phones. You can't hide anything now, guys. You can't hide anything. And the government still try and use this antiquated method of suppressing. It's actually embarrassing. The government still try and use this antiquated method of suppressing people's information by controlling the mainstream media. But like everybody knows it's fake. You know, it speaks volumes that there was nothing on mainstream media about this. But anyway, so you're sat there now. You're angry. You're an angry mum. You're an angry dad. Maybe something's happened to you. Maybe you or yourself or your family have been affected by this. And you're seeing this stuff on your phone. You're watching it on your phone. You're watching. You're like, wow, look what's happening. These people are taking control. These people are going to hotels. And guys, look. The government can stop this very easily by stop putting people in these hotels in communities, all right? The government can stop this really quickly, okay? And it's not by coming down hard on the what's the word I'm looking for? when you live somewhere, what's it called? Oh no, the people that live there. Anyway, guys, so that's what's going to happen. People are going to start to get empowered. Something else will happen at another hotel. People will be putting comments, certain comments, some good, some bad. You know, people will get empowered. People will get emboldened. People will, when the summer comes, 6 weeks holidays, people will be thinking, wow, there's a hotel near us. Why don't we just go around? Yeah, that will happen. You know, and it will get more and more, and there'll be more reports, and it will be slow, but then you will reach an exponential flashpoint. That's how I think it's going to happen, guys. Listen. It may not happen. It may not happen, and everything may be peaceful, and the economy may sort itself out. Russia may pull all his troops. Russia may pull all their troops out of Ukraine, and there may be peace in the Middle East. It may happen, ladies and gentlemen. It really might. However, I would say the likelihood of that is low. Welcome Flower is saying the YouTube recommended a live stream to me, just like they did last year. Then they reckon Tommy Robinson videos made me very suspicious. So, Welcome Flower, one of the things that when we're talking about algorithms and stuff, whoever controls the algorithm controls the mood of that country. Now, I'm going to switch fire a little bit here to Ukraine. You know how people say that the revolution in Ukraine was a US sponsored coup. First of all, guys, it absolutely wasn't. It wasn't. That was a grassroots movement with the people of Ukraine wanting a better life for themselves with more economic ties to Europe. I'm not going to get into it, guys, but that's what it was. One of the things that may or may not have, I would say, may have fueled that direction was Facebook. Now, Facebook came in and they said, look, if you download our app, you can get free calls and you can use the app for free. So guess what? People downloaded the app. People used the messaging service, and when they use that messaging service, when people start to use using it for phone calls, using it to send messages to each other for free, guess what? The news feed, the algorithm, it shows you whatever they want to see you. So if they want you to see a load of burning out buildings somewhere, that you can see a load of burning out buildings. If they don't want you to see a load of burning out buildings, you will see dogs and cats and like mice, or like, what's that woman? We've been watching her. The woman who swims with sharks, that crazy woman who can feel the sharks. Freddie is saying, have you seen the picture of this migrant? Freddie, I've seen a picture of somebody who's the alleged migrant. I don't know if it is him. I don't know if it is him or not. Tracy Leyland is saying, Sean, can you mention any rich or famous people who has come forward and stuck up for this country? Because I can't. Do you know what, Tracy? When you're rich, you just move. You just move. You just move, and that and that's kind of comes with the territory. James Brook Wavel, I hope I'm saying that right, buddy. The UK and Europe as a whole is literally collapsing, and all our leaders are trying to distract us with Ukraine war and throw money we don't have at it. The wheels are coming off the bus. They are coming off the bus, mate. They are coming off. I couldn't agree more. Look, a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a couple of days ago, I was saying I think it's Viva Antarctica, and everybody's going to have to go down to Antarctica with our technology, with our, with our militaries, and just start a new civilization in Antarctica. Paul Africa 20 says, Sean, your updates are informative, explained, and you never push a narrative. You let viewers make up their own mind. Well done. Thank you so much, Paul Africa. I appreciate your comments as well, buddy. Freddie's saying, look at the flipping videos on the account. Oh, Freddie. Oh, right. I'm going to have to find this. Right. I'm going to have to give me a second, guys. Right, Freddie, how do I find this? Right, let me try. Right, let me get the picture of him. There he is. Right, I've got the picture of him now. I can't find the account though. Ah, what have I done? Oh, God, I've totally messed up. Totally messed up. Hang on. Bell Hotel attacker. Right. Okay. I've got a video of him actually. Right. I don't know if I can play this for you guys. Hang on.
Mason!
Police are coming.
Guys, this just gets worse. This literally gets worse. I mean, honestly, thank the heavens for camera phones, guys. Thank the heavens for camera phones, because we wouldn't have seen this. Guys, there's a video. There's a girl. There's a guy. The guy in question, who I'm going to assume is the alleged attacker, is on his knees. I don't even know. I don't know if I can share it with you guys on. I don't know if I can share it with you guys on YouTube. But I'm watching it now. Yeah, crackers, guys, absolutely crackers. But yeah. So this, remember I was saying earlier, guys, how, look, guys, I literally jumped on this live stream with, you know, and I just wanted to get on quickly and get you guys the information as it was coming out. But somebody on the, I think it was on, you know, I actually think it was, I can't remember what platform it was, but remember how you've got, guys, look, just like, I'm going to say something now. I'm going to say something, and you're going to question yourselves a few times. So we've got a black girl allegedly assaulted. No, guys, I'm not laughing. You couldn't make this up, right? So you've got a black girl allegedly assaulted, right? Outside by an occupant of this hotel, allegedly, right? This is what's alleged to have happened. I've just seen videos. I don't think I'm being controversial saying that, guys, okay? So you've got allegations of a black girl being assaulted now. You've got people turning up to the hotel to protest because this black girl's been allegedly assaulted. And then you've got people turning up, anti-racism protesters turning up because they think that those protesters are being racist for protecting a black girl. What would be not racist? Do you see where these arguments fall apart at the first application of logic? Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It's insane. Right, Freddie is saying, look at the video. Right, Freddie, I don't know which account you mean. Not the picture of him that I sent you in the chat. Right, sorry. Right, Freddie, where did you send it, mate? Where did you send it? Sean, right, Freddie, where did you send it? Right, Active Patriot UK. Hang on. Active Patriot UK. Hang on. Right, I'm on his account. Right, okay, right. I'm on his account. I'm looking at the videos. I'm looking at the videos. Right, hang on. Right, Tracy Leyland is saying, Sean, off topic, but where can I store my water? Every room in the house is warm. Yeah, unfortunately, Tracy, you know, warm water is just one of those things when it's hot weather. It's just going to get warm. That's the reality. You know, it is going to get warm. I can remember in 2003, I want to say. Yeah, it definitely was. 100% 100% definitely. Hang on. Yeah, it was definitely 2003 in Iraq, on the invasion of Iraq. There was no water, there was no cold water, there was no means to cool your water, and people just had to you just had to do it as medicine. Like you can imagine water at like 30 degrees, maybe 40 degrees. You know, you just have to get it and go. I didn't drink cold water for like 4 months, and the first little sip of cold water I had, it actually hurt my stomach. Yeah, Fred, yeah, guys, yeah. So there's all sorts of cracker stuff happening in the United Kingdom with migrants, migrants fight. Look, guys, okay, people that come from different parts of the world, you know, for example, Pakistanis and Indians, guess what? They don't like each other, right? So you can imagine putting a load of Pakistanis and a load of Indians in a hotel together and then giving them one Deliveroo contract. It's going to cause dramas. It's going to cause problems. But yeah, just quick one for Tracy. You know, just store it and just accept it's gonna, you know, it's gonna get, it's gonna get a little bit warm. And Sharon Owen is saying, I swear, all of the left are smoking something. It is bonkers, guys, isn't it? Like, it is absolutely bonkers, right? Like, just contextualize this, all right? A black girl allegedly gets assaulted, all right? Allegedly, by a migrant in a hotel, all right? Just that. Allegedly, that's what I believe is happening right now, guys. From what I've seen, from the videos I've seen online, from what I can gather, a black girl allegedly got assaulted by allegedly by a migrant from a hotel. Right, a black girl. So protests outside that hotel, protect our kids, not protect our black girls or protect our white girls, protect our kids. Yeah. This sounds like racism to me. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's racism? You lot protecting black girls. No, we're just protecting girls. You guys, we didn't mention black girls. You racist scum! Racist scum off our street. How is that racist? It is phenomenal to think about it, guys. It is phenomenal. But look, let's not be under any illusion, guys. These guys didn't know where they were going when they woke up this morning. They were just saying, right, get in that van and go and get really angry. There's just another video been put on, guys. Let me quickly just read this. Watch this. Yeah, one of the things I'm noticing, guys, straight away is the signs. The signs. Remember, guys, whoever's funding this, I would like to follow the money, and it'd be really easy to follow the money. What I would do is I'd say, right, give me that sign, you. Where did you get this from? And he'd say, Dave gave it me. Right, bring me Dave. Dave, where did you get this sign? Oh, I picked him up from Jono. Right, bring me Jono. Jono, where did you get this sign? Oh, I picked it up from a warehouse. Fred told me where it was. Right, Fred, who pays for this warehouse? And then you start to see where the money's coming from. Then you start to see this money trail. And at some point, that trail will go cold, but you will have at least a few leads. Right, hang on. Right, guys, listen, can you hear the bells? Did you hear the bells, ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear the bells? I just love listening to church bells, guys. I love listening to church bells, but those church bells do inform me, ladies and gentlemen, that it is 10 o'clock. Look, guys, this was a bit of an emergency live. I just wanted to get on to give you guys an update of what's happening. Lots of bonkers stuff happening. The situation at the situation here, it's just been bonkers, guys. You know, anti-racism people turning up. But what we can take from this is people are starting to mobilize themselves. People are starting to come together as communities and protect their own. You know, and this is what happens when you lose faith in the police. And at some point, people will just stop phoning the police. You'll get a mob go around to somebody's house. You'll get mobs going to hotels. Guys, look, as soon as when this starts to spread, doesn't matter if it's on the mainstream or not, because there's plenty of it on social media. There's plenty of this stuff being, you know, going all over social media. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hang on. Freddie is saying the bald guy looks strange. Yes, he does. He looks out of place, guys. He looks out of place, that bald guy. He does. He looks out of place. Jamie, real quick, is saying the left hate themselves. What they hate more is people who have respect for themselves and make the best light vibes about who I love. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it with this, guys, quickly. The other day, like the last week or something, or a couple of weeks ago, I was driving through Sheffield and I had to go and pick a tent up, and I was driving back from the Decathlon or wherever it was. And I was driving back past the train station, and I've never actually come face to face with these pro-Palestinian protesters. And one of the girls I was looking at, I looked at her and I just thought, again, guys, I'm not being negative to the girl, but I looked at this girl and I thought, you really don't have anything else going in your life, and this is giving you direction and purpose and like meaning to your life. Anyway, guys, listen, I am going to go now. You guys are fantastic, and I know you are. Make sure, if you've not done so already, hit the buttons down below, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, the bell notifications. It's just a little touch of your finger. It costs you nothing, and it really means a lot to me. If you can do that, I will be back on tomorrow at 10 in the morning, guys. I'll be back on at 10 in the morning. No doubt there'll be more, I forgot to stop. No doubt there'll be more about this tomorrow morning, guys, okay? Remember, it's still only 10 o'clock. The pubs kick out at, what do they kick out, at 11? I would say that I would say there's a good chance that there may be more things happening tonight when people come out of the pub. Anyway, guys, I will speak to you guys in the morning.